Episode 11 of the Daily Dozen, powered by Rock and Refuel. Jason Jewell, Jared Cohen. Let's get started. A quarterback to get things going for episode 11.
Yeah, another very underrated quarterback in Darian Spotsville over at Shadow Mountain. Got a chance to see him play live last year. Was very, very impressed. A guy that threw for 26 touchdowns last season, just shy of 3,000 yards, and is also a very good basketball player.
Gleason Sprewell was at Valley Vista last season. He transferred over to Centennial, and he is going to make a major impact for the Coyotes this season in the safety spot. You watch his film from last year, absolute ball hawk. And then once he gets those interceptions, he is a load to bring down. He's looking for 6 each and every time. He's going to be a big player for the Coyotes on the defensive side of the ball this season.
Yeah, we get another transfer. The next guy, Kyle Soley, transferred from Notre Dame Prep, now at Saguaro High School. He's an outside linebacker, tight end, who is committed to Arizona State as a defensive player. The Sun Devils like him because of his length. He's 6'3", over 220 pounds, just a very versatile athlete.
One of the guys that committed with Soley to Arizona State at the exact same time as his teammate Corey Stevens over at Saguaro. Two-way player, offensive line, defensive line, fantastic young man, great football player, and I like how he gets low. You know, some of these big guys, the tendency, you could probably attest to it, they stand up a little bit too much. They have their backs up. He does a very good job of staying low and maintaining leverage. It's a great attribute for an offensive lineman.
Yeah, one of the previous episodes we talked about Max Fine, wide receiver over at Williamsfield. Well, we're going to talk about his counterpart, Justice Stokes at Williamsfield High School. Now, Fine is more of the going to go over the middle, make the tough grabs, where Stokes is the big play receiver, average over 20 yards a catch last season. Doesn't have a Division I scholarship offer yet, but Coach Campbell over at Williamsfield is a big fan of him and thinks he has a chance to get one.
Soon to be 4-year starter Colby Taylor, wide receiver over at Chandler High. We know about his older brothers who have gone on to the next level to play. Colby is about to be, as mentioned, a 4-year starter for the Chandler Wolves, coming off that really tough knee injury that happened in the playoffs last year against Desert Ridge, but he's supposed to be back this season. He's committed to Oregon State and should be one of the top receivers in the state this season.
Yeah, Jeremy Hathcock and the Desert Ridge Jaguars love to run the football, and Jathan Tenorio is their go-to guy. Over 1,000 yards rushing last year, just a workhorse in that offense that helped them get to that state championship game last season.
Spencer Rattler gets a lot of the publicity at Pinnacle, but someone needs to block for him. In fact, 5 guys need to block for him if he's going to make plays, and the leader on that offensive line is Ben Thomas over for the Pinnacle Pioneers. Good size, 6'3", 300 pounds, added some offers this offseason from Colorado and New Mexico, just to name a couple.
Yeah, Teron Thomas, very fantastic quarterback at Desert Edge High School. Guy last year helping the Scorpions win that state championship, rushed for 1,600 yards while throwing for 1,100 yards. He recently committed to UC Davis, actually as a running back.
How about another 4-year starter? Let's talk about Nami Tuitu'u over at Mesa High. You know, Mesa really came out of nowhere last season, was one of the best stories of the 2015 high school football season, and on the offensive line and defensive line, Nami was a big part of that, added offers this offseason from Utah State and South Dakota State. Like I said, two-way player, and is going to have a lot of the leadership that the Jackrabbits are going to have in this senior class.
And we've talked a lot about a lot of offensive players at Williamsfield. The leader on their defense is their middle linebacker, Braden Valentine. Guy is all over the field, had 115 tackles. He's a leader on that Blackhawk defense.
Now, Jay Vanderjack to close this out, the quarterback for Coronado High. A lot's been made of it because everyone's transferring to Saguaro. He's the one that transferred to Coronado. He's going to get his opportunity for the Dons. The Dons are looking like they could be a team that wins their section with how things have shaped up and how the conferences have been realigned. I really like their team. We already talked about their kicking threat with Alfredo Jr. Marquez, and now we've got Jay Vanderjack leading the way, who I have heard also can kick 50-yard field goals just like his dad used to. That's it for the episode 11 of the Daily Dozen.